Here's a commercial steel door that needs to be replaced. There are no fasteners on here. There's nothing to unscrew. And this thing is solid. It's filled with concrete. So the first thing we'll do is just unscrew these hinges and take off the door. Since this is filled with concrete, we'll just cut the jamb with a metal cutting blade. We'll cut it in half and then we should be able to pry this off. And this one was much tougher than they typically are. So this stuff has to be chipped out and smoothed down. And when you're working with the real strong mortar like this, I've cut it with the diamond blade. So it's in smaller chunks. So this stuff will come out much easier with a hammer and a cold chisel.
And we've got to try to get it as smooth and uniform as possible. That makes it much easier for the frame to go in.
Okay, here's the hinge side jamb leg. Let me show you how this goes together. And you see there's a wide side and a narrow side on either side of the stop. So you have to match those up. And you see these slots here go into these tabs on the jamb leg. So you see I've got the tabs into the slots right here and here, and then you bend them over, and that's how the jamb gets assembled. And you see there are 4 pre-drilled, pre-punched holes on the jamb leg, and the screw goes through here into the wall, and that's where this part comes into play. Bend this thing, squeeze it together, and then you slide it down in here till it goes over the hole. If you didn't have this support behind here, this frame would get sucked in and your screw might go right through there, or it could bend the frame, and once that happens you can't bend it back. Now with that thing assembled, we got to put it in there. We're gonna have to tilt it in there and go up and push it in. So now what we want to do is try to plumb one side. Luckily our wall is plumb, but we can always adjust that with shims if we have to. What we want to see is this thing plumb, and it is. We're always working from the hinge side first. So once we have that plumb and it's in, so you got to make sure it's square. So we put up our carpenter's square and check. Make sure there's no gaps here. This should be okay. And I've made a mark where we want it. So I'm going to line it up with the mark, get it plumb, and then we'll just drill pilot holes. Then when we have the pilot holes in there, we'll drill it out with a bigger drill bit and put in our anchors.
Give it a little tap. This is the anchoring system I use for masonry, and it works great. I get lag shields that are 5/16 inch by 1 3/4, a lag screw that's 5/16 by however long you need it, and a 1/2 inch masonry bit.
Test fit the door again, put the screws in lightly and just see how it lines up. I put on the hinges, put one leaf on the jamb, other leaf on the door. Haven't attached this yet. It's better to hang the door and then close it, and then you can adjust the jamb so your gap is perfect. Put the door in place. I shim each jamb leg. I shim the jamb leg if necessary to get my nice gap on top. And now, I don't worry about this being plumb. I just want it to be flush with my door. So if I have to move the jamb like that or like that in order to get it flush from top to bottom, that's what I do. And once I've got that in place, then I mark this with pencil. So I know exactly where this thing goes. Now I can open up the door, hold the jamb against that line, and drill it. Okay, we've got the door in. Not everything is secure yet because we've got an issue. You can see down at the bottom we've got a nice gap. But up at the top here, it's too tight. And since this is a metal door, we can't shave this. So what we have to do is take the whole frame out again. We have to grind down this side of the wall. And then with the new space here, that can go over, and that'll give us the gap we need right there.
And you might be thinking, but Pete, why didn't you measure? How come you didn't know that? Of course I measured. And when it's really close like that, look how awful this is. Grinding brick and concrete and stone is so tedious and messy. You want to avoid it at all costs. So we were so close, we just said, hey, let's give it a shot. And, it almost worked. Sometimes it doesn't. You got to take it all apart and keep working. That's the construction business.
Now that we're ground down, we have enough room here. We've got the door to close. We have a beautiful gap on the top and on the side, and it swings freely and it's balanced, which means wherever you put it, that's where it stays. It doesn't want to open or close on its own. And we're flush all along here. Now it's time to install the hardware.
Be sure to look for related videos for installing commercial locks and also for installing closer devices.